Lefty, and welcome to Deep Convos with Lefty. We are doing episode 2 today with a very special guest, um, award-winning DJ, producer, podcaster, brand ambassador, a husband, and a father. I'd like to introduce to you guys Sir LSG. Sir LSG, how are you, my man?
Cool, brother. How are you?
Fine, thanks, man. Nice to see you again.
Yeah,
How's
likewise.
things?
Things are good, man. Happy to be here.
Once again.
Happy to be playing Vinyl Touch tonight. Yeah.
So are you hopefully you're looking forward to that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Haven't played vinyl in a while, but also most importantly, I've seen the work that you guys have been doing, like the kind of guests that you've been inviting to come and play, and I'm honored to be here.
I know it was one of those choices you had to come.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan. Even today.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not wearing vinyl touch today. Yeah. So
Sure.
I think the last time we hooked up was in Gqeberha, Kofifi, when we were
Yes.
doing a tour there.
Yes.
We were talking about music just in general, and what you do most of the time is just you frustrate me with not releasing a lot of music. When you told me that you're gonna release a single, I was hoping for an album,
Yeah.
but it was only a single.
Yeah.
As it was released today.
Yeah.
So, in talking about music, can you take me to your journey and when you started to DJ, when you started to produce, and until now?
Yeah, so I started really DJing on vinyl in 2006. Yeah, and then kind of like the passion grew as time went, and I slowly went into playing CDs and learning how to make music, going to study at Soul Candy and eventually doing like a sound engineering course that enabled me to have, kind of like the tools to better my sound as a producer. But I think since 2006 to now, there's been a lot of growth for myself, and it's a journey.
So was it your journey to choose music over anything you could possibly do? Was it your first choice music, or it was just
No, it definitely wasn't my first choice.
obviously with parents they
Yeah, I'm not only with parents, even for me. Like I wanted to be an electrical engineer, and I enrolled to study at Wits, and did 2 years over there. I failed badly on my second year, and then what was meant to be a gap year of me to think about what is it that I wanted to do, was the year that I actually decided to do music full time. That's when I started going to Soul Candy, learning how to produce music and stuff like that. Yeah.
There was a time, I think I read an article about you, I don't remember where, you're talking about school, is that time is when you started to do also parties in varsity.
Yeah. I mean, probably the reason why I failed, right? Because you don't do engineering and curate parties and make it. A few people did, but the music is it's an energy, took over, in a sense, and the focus was no longer in books that much, as much as I tried, but I just ended up becoming.
And then you told yourself you're living this whole thing of electrical engineering.
Yeah, but like I said, it was meant to be a gap year.
Yes.
For me to think about, but it turned out to be something that I really loved, and then decided to go for it.
And then with your relationship with go-go music?
Yeah, I met Ralph Gum in 2011. He discovered a song of mine called Sex in the City through DJ Christos, and then licensed the song on go-go music. So that's where the relationship started. I started doing remixes for the label, and then I've been working with go-go ever since.
I mean, when people speak about you and Sir LSG, they always associate you with go-go music. So I mean, go-go music is an international brand.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I was in Pretoria, 2013, his album launch. You were there.
Yeah.
Just Temba was there. Just Temba is part of go-go music.
No.
Temba.
Temba, yeah.
Temba, yes,
Temba, yeah.
So I mean, there's other guys. I'm sure your peers, they are also iterate. But when you are under whatever you're doing with go-go music, it's like it's a good platform for you. I mean, for your profile also.
Yeah, of
So
course.
I think that's a beautiful thing. And even DJ Spinner did a remix for you.
Yeah, DJ Spinner did a remix for me for All I Am, my first single with Brian Temba. And yeah, I mean, like, what can I say? I've been blessed, because to have a relationship with Ralph Gum, it wasn't just a producer label relationship, like it became a friendship, it became
And grooming, of course,
yeah,
mentorship.
mentorship,
Yeah.
like, and we clicked, we liked one another, and that's why we managed to still be working, even like it's been over 10 years now, really, it's been over 10 years, so it's been like 11 years since I started working with Gogo Music. Yeah,
And with the thing of Brute for Soul, I remember when I started listening to Brute for Soul was in 2015. So it's one of the first podcasts I listened in South Africa, Brute for Soul, and it's been doing well for so long. And now you are branching into events. I'm not sure if you've made a Brute for Soul event prior to the first one.
yeah.
That one
Well,
was the first
yeah,
one.
like no, we did, but
Yeah.
not to this scale where
Oh,
we're
okay.
taking over the venue
Yeah.
and like doing what we want. Usually, we would go at an outlet and then bring a lineup. It's kind of like um, event promoting like that. But like this was the first one where we actually decided to do everything. We're gonna take this venue, style it up the way we want
Okay.
to, put the sound we
That's a
want.
beautiful venue.
It
Mel
is.
Cooper.
It's
Mel Cooper.
amazing. Yeah,
Beautiful,
Miakuba.
beautiful, beautiful. So you do it. Is it gonna be a monthly thing now, or you're gonna skip a month, or what's your plan?
It's a monthly
It's a
thing.
monthly
It's a
thing.
monthly thing.
So which means you have to sacrifice some gigs here and there.
Of course, like I mean, I don't see it as a sacrifice. It's just like me taking a decision to do something that
Oh,
I've been wanting to do.
okay.
And if it means other things take a back seat, it's okay. Yeah,
I mean, you growing the B4S brand itself
yeah,
to be like now you are fully event organizer.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that's nice, man. That's nice. And I think one thing I admire about you is that we've been having conversation ever since the airport. One thing I admire about you is that you take time in everything you're doing.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to music, as much as I say you're frustrating me in releasing music, your brand, B4S, Sir LSG, the whole brand itself, you take time to build. You're not in a rush.
Yeah,
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 which is cool to see, but the quality you always deliver, like with this new single, is
yeah.
it's top.
Yeah, man. I mean, to be honest, I wish I could release as much music
As the other guys.
Yeah, as like as my other peers and colleagues. I really wish I could have more music out. That's what I want to do. Like, and that's why this year I've been working so much, making sure that I'm in studio most of the time. And it's just that yes, sometimes other things come into space, like it's events here, and like I'm curating music for restaurants, and I'm playing other gigs, like, so it's a lot of things happening at once. But yeah, the music is happening. At least I do try that if I'm doing it, the quality has to be up there, yeah.
Sade.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Sade of
that is
house
why
music.
yes. I'm the Beyonce of PE. Man.
Oh, the Beyonce
Ah, the
PE.
Beyonce. Yeah. So yeah, man. Going forward, can we look up to an album?
For sure. Like I'm like I say, I'm always working, and actually, this single that we just released with Brian Temba is meant to be on an album um, titled Healing Force. It's mainly like music about healing, like house music for healing, and that's the theme for the album. As to when the album is gonna be ready, I don't know. Like, yeah, we'll see. It will be ready when it's ready.
Yeah. So and your partnership with Tsepo, I see you doing a lot of work with Tsepo, wearing Tsepo brands. Is it a friend or brand ambassador, or are you guys? What's
Yeah,
going
I
on?
mean, me and Tsepo Mutala, we're friends. We're good friends, and we also do work along one another. Like it's a good brand, and I feel like um, the Tsepo brand and Sir LSG brand are so similar in such a way. Like that's why it's such a great fit. They love telling stories.
Is actually.
Yeah, like they love telling stories, and they take time with their product. It's quality product. It's not mass produced,
Yes.
which is something that
It's
I do
premium
as well. It's
for-
like premium, right? And it's like it's a great fit, and also like just in terms of the kind of clientele that they serve is a similar clientele that I want to serve with my music, and but most importantly, this is also a brand that gives me so much hope, like um, to have a premium African brand.
I remember you said this when we were in East London. You
Yeah,
said
like
exactly the
yeah,
same.
like to have a premium African brand become a global brand, and not just in a short term.
Yes.
Like
And that's where you associate yourself with.
exactly. That's where I see my music to be like,
Okay.
not as a thing, something that happens for now,
Yeah.
but like
I
something
mean, you're
that
still jamming to an album like it was at least 6 years ago, 5 years
exactly,
ago.
like
Yeah.
so. That's
Overstanding.
yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, can you tell me? I'll tell you my favorite track you ever did. I'm not saying you can do it better or anything, but Careful Carelessness. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, man. What was going on there?
Well, that's,
Careful Carelessness?
yeah.
No, bro.
No, Careful Careless was a song for my daughter, actually, before she was born, 11 years ago. So it was kind of like an ode to her, thinking about the kind of world that we bring children to, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So it was really like an ode to my daughter. Yeah,
You played it in last year. Tipenip last year.
yes, yeah. I still play it. I
Bro,
mean, it's a classic.
bro, man, that's my favorite song you've ever made.
Thank you, thank you.
That's a classic, and with classics, compared to your Cafe de Floras and all those international stuff, that's the song I can actually associate. That song, it's a beautiful song.
Yeah,
It's a
no,
good-
thank you. It is.
Hopefully you can still keep it up, but I trust you. I
Yeah.
trust you.
No,
You're doing
thank
very
you.
well. You're doing very
Thank
well.
you, thank you.
You're doing very well. In terms of, I always ask this question with my peers also. In terms of, you got married last year, October.
Yeah.
So I still remember the date.
Yeah.
Because we were in East London in August.
Yes.
Last year. So you are getting married. Now you're married. Um, you have this life that's going on with DJing, events, and all of that. You have a wife. Fortunately, your wife is in the same business. So how do you guys manage to make an income, which is based on what I've mentioned, and to keep you guys also going as a newlywed couple?
Well, for me, for us, the main thing is really about what needs to happen now. Like if the music has to happen now, it happens, and the other person kind of like also support. If she needs to shoot a movie, I need to be in support of that. Like right now, she's currently in production. And it's just a game of supporting one another. Like I think anything we could have been in different industries, like it doesn't mean that it's easier or it's better. Like it's just a matter of like between the two people, is there enough support, and I'm fortunate to have found a woman that is really
I
supportive
love her too.
for what I do. Yeah, thank you. No, she's amazing. She's
I
great.
love her, man. I
She's
love
great.
her,
So it's just a game of being supportive towards one another's dreams and aspirations, and just like life, supporting one another through life. So, and we are very fortunate that we've been blessed with gifts that are able to give us work and be able to make a
So do you
living.
think it's also easier that she's also in the business to understand your?
I don't think that's a
Now, do you think if she was an accountant or something, would it?
like I say, the
don't
relationships
know.
are different. You'll
Yeah.
never know, right? Like you can be with somebody in the same industry as you, and
Yeah.
they might not give you
Like
the
my
kind of
wife's
support.
not in the same industry. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying you could be with somebody who's in the same industry who does not give you the same support
Oh, okay.
that you need.
Yeah.
Like because they are also busy with what they wanna do. Like so it doesn't really like for me the industry actually like we get a lot of questions about us being in the same industry and how it is, but like our relationship was not it's not based
It's not
on
based
music.
on the industry.
It's not based on the industry.
It's based on you two.
Yeah, it's
your
a
love you
relationship.
guys
It
have.
just we happens
Yeah.
to work as accountants. It's
Yeah.
like imagine if you're just accountants. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we didn't meet as accountants.
You met.
Yeah, we met and
Listen,
then
Honopan.
it just happened to be DJs. Yeah.
which is beautiful, man. I'm also happy about the fact your next event that's happening on the 9th, it's got one of our own.
Yeah, local.
It's funny that I spoke about her on the first episode. Now I'm speaking about her on the second.
Ah.
Just to show that I've always told people when we speak about music, it's not entirely based in PE.
Yeah.
You understand? We want to show what PE has
Yeah.
to the rest of the country.
Sure.
So that's why you get people, they are surprised when I'm your friend. I can call you anytime. Hey, man, I'm coming to Joburg. What can we do? Because I mean we're in the same industry but in different provinces.
Yeah.
But we share the same passion.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
understand? So that is what I've always telling people from PE. It's don't bound yourself. Yeah, and I think honestly Uhani has achieved that in so many ways. I
Yeah.
mean, like to DJ in an event like yours, to me, it's very impressive.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that's what I love about people to show their talent outside where they come from. I mean,
Sure.
you're from Northwest,
Yeah.
but look at you now. You are in PE,
Yeah.
Cape Town,
Yeah.
because you are from there, but you showed yourself. You can prove yourself outside
Yeah.
Northwest to do more.
Sure. And I think just to speak more onto that fact, né, that's exactly something that we are conscious of. When I'm saying we, I'm talking about me and my team at Bread for Soul sessions. Like we make the decisions, or we've got a criteria on how we decide on who plays. And if you look at even the first lineup, there's always somebody who's not from Johannesburg, because there's always been this thing of like, why is it only Joburg guys like they play elsewhere, but like they don't get other people in, right? Like, so that's a conscious thing that we decided on, that on all of our lineups, there's always going to be a minimum of one person who's not from Gauteng, like, so now we've got Lock Hive, we've got Team AD who's from the Northwest as well, like, and just to try and expand a bit more reach, to what we are doing, to try and also promote other DJ, but not only on the basis that you're not from Joburg, but you've done something
Something
good, that
to
makes
get yes,
exactly,
yes.
because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, but also those kind of people, they bringing value to the event. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So, knowing you on a personal level, I know you are a soft-hearted guy, very soft. And hey, man, the industry is not is a very tough industry
Yeah.
in terms of people speaking bad about each other and that. Knowing you personally, I know you are a very humble guy. Don't speak loud. You are shy. How do you adjust in the industry that's so, I can say, toxic or brutal to extent? How do you as yourself adjust to such an industry?
I think every industry has got like its own brutalities, like, and harshness.
So how do you take harshness? I don't see you men screaming or being angry.
That's the thing, bro. Like, I don't need to be screaming at anyone
Yeah.
for me to be able to do what I do. I just
But
do what I
if,
do.
if someone in your team is not performing to what you want to do,
Well-
I don't see you as a harsh guy.
Well,
You
listen,
understand what I'm
the
trying to
thing
say?
is,
You're
you
just
know,
like, please don't do tech. But
if you saw me in the preparations for Bread for Soul
I saw the
sessions,
pictures.
no, I'm just saying
You
the
like the walkie-talkie,
in
yeah.
preparations, like, I'm not just like, yeah, everything is nice. No, like, me being humble and me being kind, it's not because I cannot be harsh or firm. It's just because this is my persona, and if a situation needs firmness, I will come with
I
firmness.
remember your call earlier on, by the way.
Yeah, like if a situation
different
needs a
tone.
bit like harshness,
Yeah.
I do have that, like, but I don't have to always be harsh
Yes,
in
yes,
order
it
to
makes sense.
in order
Yeah.
to survive.
And I mean, if
Like,
you are not always harsh and that time you are harsh, it will make sense to someone that now you are.
yeah, if the situation called for harshness, then
Yeah.
it needs to be met with harshness. But like most of situations, I feel like you can get through with it, with just being like civil and kind and be humble. Kindness is a strength, man. Yeah.
It's a good strength, and to also know that you are doing this for people. I mean, you're not playing music for yourself.
Sure.
You are here because for a reason.
Yeah.
Because there's a demand for P4S, there's a demand for Sir LSG. Another thing I would like to ask is that with you doing all this thing, what is your end goal? Your end goal, and another question I'd like to ask also is that I know you've got a residency on Sundays. I'm not sure if it's Sundays. That carbon.
Or at the test kitchen carbon.
Yeah. So with
okay.
all these projects you are currently doing,
Yeah.
your events, brand ambassador, producing, DJing, your residency, what is the end goal for the whole brand?
Well, man, to be honest, it's a good question.
Did I ask too many questions?
No, 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 not at all. But like I get the question. Eh?
Yeah.
So I don't think really in terms of end goal in that sense that where is everything leading me, like what am I getting out of this? Like for me, really the main goal as a person as an artist is to inspire other people
Yes.
and to show that it's possible. Understand? Like, and to show that it's actually limitless. Like, there are no limits to what you can achieve if you really have a passion that is there for other people. Do you get what I mean? So, for me, it's like, okay, if I can build Bread for Soul, I know that I can put on so many other DJs, so many other artists, like on the spotlight because of Bread for Soul. If I'm doing like music curation at the Test Kitchen Carbon, which is like a fine dining restaurant, right?
Brilliant venue, man.
Yeah, it's a
Love
beautiful
that place.
restaurant, high end. The food is great, right? But to
But
also
it's
show,
sorry, it actually what you said about Tsepo also, it's what your music also that place is about.
yes,
It's like a laid back venue.
Yeah.
You chilled.
yeah,
You talk, conversations.
yeah,
Everything is fine.
yeah, yeah.
It's not a club.
No, it's not.
It's not a you just here to chill and
Yeah,
talk about the music.
exactly,
I
exactly.
love that place. I have to
Man,
visit
so
it.
so yeah, like it's an amazing venue, bro. But like also, what I wanted to say is that for me, it's like if a boy from Mafike, if a boy from Utinate um, has been following me and sees, oh, this guy actually went from here and now he's curating music for what used to be the number one restaurant in Africa. You
yes.
understand what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's like another level to show that this music can exist in those spaces.
In those spaces.
And
yeah, definitely.
the bigger thing out of everything that I want to do is just to show people that it's possible.
Yeah.
And to give that inspiration to somebody, that they also can do it. Because I didn't come from where all of these things
Yes,
are there for
yes.
me, like you had to work, but it's possible. Yeah.
So is there any DJ you know from PE?
What do you mean? Is there any DJ?
Do you know any DJ from PE?
I
I,
mean-
know you've been here for a while. You'd like to come here, but is there any DJ you know from PE?
Yeah, I know a lot of DJs in
Can
PE.
you name one or two?
One or two. I mean, I booked Lokai, right?
Yeah.
Pro is good. Ayas is good. Wara, the guys from Deep and Deep. Diro is good, right? Like, I mean, it's a lot of guys.
Yeah. So with me asking that question, that's the whole thing I'm trying to preach when I'm talking to PE is that I mean you are a renowned, award-winning producer, DJ. You've won your awards. We've given you your flowers. But now to come to PE and speak about these individual DJs, it's something encouraging to other DJs. I'm not saying that those you didn't mention are not good. I'm just showing that all these guys you've mentioned, they put in the work.
Sure. Yeah.
They've worked on their skill. They've worked on their appearances. They worked on their music. I mean, at the hotel, you told me as a new DJ, you need to collect music as much as possible. You understand? So all of these guys you've mentioned, they tick all that box for PE. It's one of many DJs that represent PE, and some of them are at the venue. So it's very pleasing to see someone from outside, which means you are looking at PE.
Yeah.
So it's very pleasing.
It's good, man. And also, like, another person that I forgot to mention is Clint, right? Clint, they do that.
Sip and Chill.
Sip and Chill,
Yeah.
right? They booked me and Ralph maybe like 2019, 2018.
I remember.
And it's also movements like that.
Oh, was it you and Rough Gum?
Yeah, it was me and Ralph Gam. And it's those kind of movements. It's vinyl touch, it's deep and hip. It's people who want to do something, for the scene, for this kind of music that we love.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Which is good, man. Which is good. And I always tell people is that it's good to build relationship with people that are always ahead of you.
Yeah.
Like, for example, now I'm associated with DJs that are ahead of me. You understand? So I get to learn from them, their journeys, their mistakes. So I don't have to go through those mistakes. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, you get someone that said he's supposed to be married at a certain age.
Yeah.
Now I'm married. Oh, I learned why, what happened, and all of that. And I've learned a lot from you, man. I mean,
thanks,
we've been deep in hip. Omar, East London, Kofifi. We talk on the phone every now and then. Yeah, also it's one of those pleasures for me, and I'm so grateful for that. To get to speak to people like you. Hey man, when you're releasing an album,
Sure.
you understand? Ah man, lift the weight. You understand?
Yeah.
And this one time we were doing a meeting at work. um, I was playing your mix there. So this guy's asking, hey, who's this guy? No, Sir LSG is this other guy from Children. So my phone started to ring and you called me. But I was at the front that time. So hey man, this guy is calling you. You say, which guy? Sir LSG. So those are the things that people like start to notice is that house music is it's all about relationships. It's all about passion. I share something with you, you share something with me.
Sure.
And I mean, you are here because some of the guys know that you are a good friend of mine, and you're gonna come here because there's people that follow your podcast, Fruit for Soul, and there people so excited because they know you from Instagram, they know you from iPodcast, that you just now they actually get to experience the Fruit for Soul session,
Sure.
and that's what the passion they're gonna take with them. Now they're gonna take pictures with you, and that they will try that forever.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm in this industry. I think it's because to share the moments with those people.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's a
but-
good thing, bro.
Yeah,
It's a
man.
really good
You
thing, yeah.
love you, man.
Love you too,
I
bro.
love you, man. You know, man. I love you.
Away, brother.
Anyways,
Away.
I think that's it, guys. Is there anything you want to say, man? According to I know, like our touchers, we call them touchers, the people who follow Vanna Touch. So I always ask this question with the previous event episode. Also, is can they expect anything from you with your set tonight?
Yeah. I mean, like,
Underground deep.
Let's see, man.
But I saw those finals.
Let's see how it goes.
I saw those finals.
Yeah, the only thing with vinyl is that, which is also a strength in a sense, because especially if you're traveling, you only choose this much,
Yes.
and you can only play
Only that much.
because there's
Yeah.
nothing else.
But that's the whole thing with what me and my guys are doing with this final touch thing. It's just bringing that whole excitement of plastic. You understand?
Yeah.
Like there's guys that were born in the 70s
Yeah.
who used to play vinyl, but they just like, let me not do this thing anymore. But by bringing back what they used to play, like you first played vinyl, we bring back that excitement and teaching. Like I'm also new in vinyl. Sometimes the guys will tell me, "Hey man, you have to bring that mat." It's a mat now. I don't know vinyl, you understand? But I'm also learning in this chair.
Yeah.
I'm also learning, so it's very nice to teach other people. At the same time, you're bringing the dead out of their holes.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. People are waiting for you at the venue.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have fun. So happy for you to be here.
Yeah,
I don't know when I'm gonna see you again. You know this thing must stay in
You
Joburg,
know,
everything
bro. I
there.
mean, like,
But we'll be
you
on
know,
the phone.
Yeah. Let's see.
I mean, if you get a booking in East London,
we'll rock.
I can
we'll
try
rock.
and travel.
Definitely. This
Yeah.
summer we'll meet again.
but
this summer,
please tell
for
me
sure.
in due time so I can
we'll
make an
do.
arrangement.
We'll do. Sure.
Yeah. Otherwise, thank you, man, for doing this. I know people are not easily capable of doing something like this. As myself, I'm always nervous when I'm doing this, but off the radar, I'm always talking all the time. But appreciate it.
No, thank you, bro.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
One love, brother.
Hola.
So we're gonna go now.
Let's
and
go.
just have some fun. Touchers, thank you so much. Hope to see you again on the venue. Peace out.
Oh, what a rainbow.